Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I'm going to tell you what you need to remove and pull from a donor vehicle that you're taking a manual transmission from in dealing with these P80 cars, the 850s, X70 cars. So here we go. The thing you want is the transmission. You should be able to shift the transmission into every gear without pushing on the clutch pedal. So if a car is sitting static, it should move through all gears. If it doesn't move through all gears, there's a chance that it's bad. I would probably leave it. Here's the manual transmission I pulled out of the donor vehicle. Cleaned up as much as I could. I didn't want to get any water inside of it. I took aluminum foil and put it in the holes so spraying it wouldn't get water in them. I popped something loose right here. Had this clip on it. I'm not sure if it's broke or not. Second thing you need from the donor vehicle is the brake clutch pedal assembly, the switches and vacuum connections to it. There's 4 bolts that mount it in. You do want that stuff because your car won't have a clutch, of course, or a clutch pedal. Next thing you want is the slave cylinder actuator in the slave cylinder that came off of the transmission. That little hose that goes to the brake reservoir. And you want the line that comes out of here and goes into the transmission or the slave cylinder. On most of these cars, especially the ones prior to 98, they all have an external slave cylinder on the exterior of the transmission, and you want to get the line that plugs into here and goes to that. Here's the line here. It goes to the external slave cylinder. It runs through the battery bracket, and on the bottom of the booster it's mounted. Normally you'll leave the clutch in the pressure plate. If the clutch is worn down like this, where the rivets are about to make contact with the surface, you definitely do not want to waste your time buying that clutch. This thing is pretty much wore out. When those rivets start hitting, I don't know if it makes noise, but it'll definitely start eating into your flywheel, and you don't want a clutch that's worn out. Same for the pressure plate. These don't normally go bad. However, you can see this one has little nicks in it around the teeth for some reason, and you'll normally buy that with the clutch as a kit. So don't take those parts unless they look brand new. There's the flywheel, and gosh, this one has hex bolts. I went and bought a special tool to get those off. And all 10 of those bolts are 18 millimeter. So I went on ahead and removed them. Now this flywheel should slide off, and you should see the rear main seal behind it. The flywheel on these manual cars can be reused. They have to be surfaced so that they're in good shape, verified they're not wore out. You can normally surface them once or twice before you have to replace them. If the car has new or mounts in very good condition, you want to get that transmission torque mount there. You want to take this mount and bracket off of here. You want to consider getting this or get one new. The automatic vehicles has this extension on here for that clutch slave, but the tip of it is capped off. You may be able to cut that off, clamp that hose on there, or you'll need to get one of these, preferably new. Then you want the shift cables that are mounted on top of the transmission. You want to leave the bracket on the transmission and undo the cables from it. You'll need to pull them through the firewall and you want the shifter from inside the car, and the cables or linkages are on the bottom of that, you'll have to disconnect those so you can get the cables from out of the dash. If the CV axles are in good shape, not like these torn up, worn out, but if they're in good shape, you need to get those. I would also recommend that you get a turbo T5 ECM computer, preferably that matches your car, 94, 95, or 96, 97, something that matches your car's emissions so that you don't have emission problem. Because that computer will have to be reprogrammed or per se flashed so that it's not looking for a automatic transmission. I would prefer to have a spare, use a spare. They're only about 35 bucks out of the salvage yard. That way you're not taking a you're only one flashing it. I think it'd be nice to have one for your automatic and one for your manual. Another reason you want to get the Bosch computer out of the car, the ECM, because if you don't have it reflashed, it'll also throw a check engine light, which if you have emissions will be a problem for you dealing with emissions. So do your best to get a spare computer and have it flashed for manual use. That should be all you need. Now, there'll be some things that you'll have to buy new. I'm getting ready to post a list of those new things, and then you'll be prepared to do your manual conversion. I do want to say one thing. 94, 95 turbo Volvo sold in the US has a different ABS system than the 96 and 97 and newer vehicles. Therefore, they have different speed sensors in the transmission. If you can, and you have a 94 or 95 Volvo, try to get a 94 or 95 transmission. One of them's an L, the other one's an H. I'm not sure if one's better than the other. The thing is, it is easier to mount those in the car and have a working speedometer and a working cruise control. If you cross those year dates, which is 95, 96, you'll have to figure out how to wire that stuff in so that your speedometer works, so that your cruise works. So the goal is to get one that matches your vehicle. If not, it's not the end of the world to figure out how to get that stuff wired in. I'm going to be installing a 97 transmission in my 95, so I will be showing you how to upgrade, per se, the 94, 95 vehicles to accept a 96, 97 or newer transmission. If you got any questions, go ahead and post them. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.